Stevie, thanks for joining us. A bit of a turbulent week, but I suppose the most important question to begin with is, how is everybody? Is the health of the players first and foremost all okay?
No, thanks for asking, Jordan, because it's a question that sometimes people forget. You know, we're human beings and we have been through a testing week to 10 days, so everybody's well. We're disappointed that it managed to find its way into the club. But, the reality was we were going to face it at some stage during the season. We were in full communication with the SFA and the government when it was brought to our attention and acted accordingly. It's had an impact on last week and it will have an impact on training this week as well. But, we've adapted to certain situations that we found ourselves in and embraced it. And as I say, everybody's fit and healthy, and we're now looking forward to the Morton game.
If we could just continue on this subject just briefly at the minute, could you speak about the kind of disruption and the challenges that you faced from last, whenever it was, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever this disruption came about? What challenges have you faced and what has that meant for yourself and everybody else?
I think, Jordan, what it does bring is it brings uncertainty to the place. And when there's uncertainty, you've got to have people leading from above, which we've got at this club. And then, I've got a very good coaching staff, support staff, and the players, fully got the best intentions of this football club at heart now. So when you've got that, you can adapt to certain situations. And as I say, it puts us in a little bit of a sticky situation that there's going to be a little bit of backlog now to the fixtures in the next couple of months. But it is what it is, and let's take it on. Let's not use it as an excuse. It's still fluid, the situation that we find ourselves in. So I don't want to be sitting here saying things that may come back to haunt me. What I will say is we're working extremely hard to make best of a difficult situation. And as I say, the carrot at the end of it is the Morton game that we want to look forward to and try and win the game and get ourselves prepared up this league again.
Again, I know you won't want to dwell on it too much, but in terms of the previous game away to Queen of the South, obviously that was a defeat, and because you've had difficulty over the last week with the disruption, does it give even more motivation almost to yourself and the players to make sure that Saturday comes away with 3 points? Could it almost be a galvanising of everybody at the football club to make sure that Saturday is successful?
Definitely, and I think let's use it as a hunger. And I said after the Queen of the South game that I thought we controlled the majority of the game. That's not to say that by any matter of means that I'm accepting that we lost the game of football. There was hurt over that weekend, and very quickly you find yourself dealing with different problems that are thrown your way. So we find ourselves that with 10 games to go, we're sitting joint second in the league, with conversations that I've had with the players in the last week or so to find out how they're keeping. There's a hunger amongst the squad, there's a hunger with the staff, hunger throughout the whole club that we want to finish as high as possible in this league as we possibly can. And then, we'll get that opportunity to start against Morton at the weekend.
So looking at the Morton game, it's a side that was the first one to beat us in 90 minutes this season at East End Park. So we know the threat that they bring coming here and what they pose to us in terms of a challenge.
Yeah, I think on the day itself, we were disappointed not to take all 3 points, but we found ourselves losing the game. Probably in hindsight, after I think Declan getting the equaliser, we looked to go on and win the game. And there's no shame in that, but we did leave ourselves open to, counter-attacks from Morton on the day. But that game's gone. It'll be a different proposition on Saturday. And as I say, we've very much got to focus on the last 10 games, one at a time. And, if we win the game at the weekend, it puts us into a good spot.
Again, you say it every week, but looking at the results at the weekend, it shows you how tight the league is and how each team could win on their day here, picking up a result and wanting to get back on track, for example. It really is just about being consistent over the last 10 games to meet our aim, isn't it?
It is, and I think there's a couple of midweek fixtures this week that will have make a difference to the league as well. So every game's a big game now. Between now and the end of the season, it's going to be exciting. We're right in the thick of it. As I say, we're making baby steps to progress as a football club. There's a hunger. I can feel it. There's a hunger amongst the squad that we can do better as well. But that doesn't, guarantee to win games of football. Our home form's been very good. We're looking to build on that. We've got a really good defensive record. And the one thing that we've got to try and get better at, or the two things that we've got to try and address between now and the end of the season, is to try and score more goals, which is probably the hardest thing to do in football, and try and win more games away from home. So, as I say, there's nothing wrong with a challenge, but there's nothing better than looking forward to a home game against Morton at the weekend to get our season up and going again.
In terms of players that were injured at the Queen of the South game and looking at their injuries specifically, Aaron Comrie and Ewan Murray, should you hope to have them overcome their injuries by the weekend?
Well, again, Jordan, it's a difficult one to answer at this moment in time because we're dealing with different things at the moment. All I will say is, and all I really can say at this moment in time, is the two that we're going to be without, the three that will be without at the weekend are Ryan Down, Lewis Martin through injury, and Lewis Muir through suspension. And
just as you've said already, just looking to really galvanise everyone again, isn't it? And just looking to really push on for the rest of the season. The final 10 games start on Saturday, a big month or two coming up, and it's just about everyone rallying around and really trying to push us over the finishing line.
And it's exactly what's happened, though. People have rallied round. In the last 10 days, people have rallied round because the club means something to them. We find ourselves in a situation where, with the COVID, it's not what we wanted to face, but you can feel sorry for yourself, and I've not smelt it from anybody. As I say, there was disappointment in the Queen of the South game. Let's not dwell on that. Let's look forward to the next 10 games. We've also got the Scottish Cup to look forward to as well. And, let's make sure we've got each other's backs. Let's make sure there's hunger. Let's show fight. Let's show the spirit that got us off to a really good start to the season. And, start winning games of football again that gives us the best opportunity to finish as high as we can in the league.
Thanks for speaking to us. Good luck on Saturday.
Yes, John. Thanks very much.